Alright, welcome everyone to the round of 4 of the Supreme Commander 2 DLC 4 tournament hosted by GameReplays.org. It is going to be a UEF mirror on Powderhorn Mesa between EXL, the SplattedOne, and NuclearPizza. Let's see, both players going for a land opening, I think. This is a map with a lot of nothing in the middle and a lot of mexes on the sides, so we can see some very interesting landing and harassment on here. Oh, SplattedOne is actually opening with an air factory.
He did have a land factory queued. Yes, he does have a land factory queued as well.
Well, if he's opened with an air factory and a land factory, we might see a transport rush here because they are very spread out. So a transport rush would actually be quite effective, executed properly.
NuclearPizza's going for double land, so this will be quite interesting how these two play this out.
Well, time maybe a little bit of player introduction. I've played with both of these players quite a lot. They've played in a lot of spring tournaments. They are both very good. NuclearPizza is, in my opinion, better at micro and execution, but the SplattedOne is very creative with reactioning and build orders. Always coming up with new stuff to annoy me with. So I can see this going either way. If it's a straight up game, I give the edge to NuclearPizza, but if it's well, completely crazy, then SplattedOne advantage. Going very aggressive with only 5 mass extractors and 2 factories. That means he's probably going to build another factory in the middle, or his expansion is just going to be very inefficient.
With the 3 bombers, so they'll be circling to find out if there's any engineers they can go and snipe. If we look in the middle, we've got NuclearPizza going with a T-wall with a radar, which is currently being sniped out by the bombers in the air. SplattedOne has gone for a second land factory. SplattedOne is more known for his Subcom FA play. He's one of the best at the game in Subcom forward lines. It'll be interesting to see how he does this on Subcom 2.
He does pretty well. I haven't actually seen him play FA because, well, I'm a sinner. I didn't play Forged Alliance online. I only played the campaign. I built a lot of Monkey Lords and threw them at the Saurian AI and that kind of stuff. Oh, this is very interesting, the NuclearPizza. See how he is spreading out his tanks? He's doing that to avoid splash damage by the bombers. Trying to snipe off a few tanks with his ACU. And in the meantime, he's hoping to kill off that factory with... Oh dear. That PD is going to get sniped. When building a PD, offensively, you need to put your commander in front of it, because otherwise the the PD will get sniped by the enemy's tanks. You want your command to eat the damage while your PD gets up. Don't think NuclearPizza is the SplattedOne has enough here. NuclearPizza is going to win this land battle, but in the meantime the factory did go down, and so did the radar. So there's no more AA now. Wow, this is actually quite exciting.
His bombers to focus on the land that NuclearPizza have. But Splatter does have these 4 missile launches, so we're currently aiming back at the factory. Which will slow down.
He's trying to get an AA tower up again on the factory, and he's healing the factory all the time against the MML in the hopes that he can kill off a few of the bombers. Because SplattedOne has less tanks, so NuclearPizza can win a tank engagement, but the bombers are screwing that up quite bad, so that's why he's making that AA tower. And now he's advancing again.
Splatter's going for the third land factory, but NuclearPizza is pushing.
Oh, look at NuclearPizza's base. He has stopped his tank production in order to be able to afford that shield on the factory. But now I don't think he's resuming production. I think that's a mistake, not intentional. So if he forgets to do that, he will pretty much just lose straight up, because SplattedOne is making tanks from 3 factories. NuclearPizza's commander is almost dead, and SplattedOne just needs to make sure this commander doesn't die, and if the commander doesn't die, he's won.
Looks like SplattedOne, NuclearPizza 0.
Oh yeah, NuclearPizza just noticed that his tanks, his factories weren't producing any. The commander's almost dead. The bombers might even be able to straight up kill it. I don't think a commander out regenerates 2 tanks or 2 bombers, does it?
No, it was the tactical missiles that attacked his AC to get it that low. But he does have mobile missile guns up now to shoot it down the bombers, so Splat now has no more air, but he is now reclaiming all the mass that are in the middle. So this is good. So Splat is pushing the rockheads and the missile launchers.
Just going to win this. That was a very critical mistake by NuclearPizza. If he had tank reinforcements, he might have been able to hold on to that factory, but now he's just going to get run over by this little blob of tanks and MMLs. I mean, there's 2 mobile AA there, so there's 8 tanks, an almost dead ACU, and 2 useless mobile AAs. If SplattedOne had just pushed, he killed NuclearPizza by now. Of course, SplattedOne doesn't know that. SplattedOne should reclaim the dead factory eventually. And he should think about either expanding or just pushing all out. Not pushing all out, he needs to start expanding or building research stations or something. He just reclaimed a lot of mass. The NuclearPizza has just been scouted by these bombers, and see what SplattedOne's reaction is to this.
NuclearPizza does have air up now, so this is going to change what Splatted does with his air. But Splatted is moving the bulk of his land to the top right hand side of NuclearPizza's base. Moving them about to dodge the bombs of the interceptor and fighters of that NuclearPizza is doing. But Splat is building an anti-air turret now, so that'll start taking them down pretty fast.
Yep. SplattedOne expanded. He's still not expanded. He doesn't need to because he's on more maxes than NuclearPizza. I would expect him to. So I think he can take. Wait. I think NuclearPizza just bought the commander range upgrade, so he's going for overcharge. If he can get it, that would be very good. Oh, speed boost. Afterburn is used by the SplattedOne. I think he's going to just snipe the commander straight up. Yeah, he's target firing the commander. Come on. Come on. Bam! Good game, well played. That was very close because the factory was making a shield. It was like half a second from finishing. If that shield had finished, the commander would have survived and all SplattedOne's tanks would have died for nothing. That was well played, and a few crucial macro mistakes by NuclearPizza lost him this game. It was a very, very hard push to hold for the SplattedOne, and he really needed those tanks. SplattedOne is saying you probably should have won.
That he had 600 mass and no tanks, so he obviously didn't know that he paused the 2 tanks and 2 facts in his base, so that's probably what did undo him at the end of the game. So it'll be round 2 very shortly. SplattedOne and NuclearPizza.
Yes, we will be hosting that now, and